Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a new video. Today's video is going to be a bit different to normal. We're not actually going to be working on the Astra today. We are going to be working on my sister's Corsa D. She's gone on holiday and I've said I'll have a look at it. It's got a couple of issues. It knocks in the back. We've replaced the springs because they were both snapped and it still knocks, and when I'll give you a kind of a tour around it. When you look at it, it sits quite low on one side, so I'm not sure if one of the shocks have actually gone. But in today's part, so this will probably be a multiple part series just because of the different issues that we've got. Today's part we are going to be looking at the rear driver's side door, like the back door basically. It doesn't open. So if she unlocks the car, the back door doesn't open. You have to open it from the inside, and once it's open from the inside, it then doesn't lock again. So after asking a few people and obviously looking into this, it seems as though it's going to be a wiring issue, like possibly one of the wires is snapped in the little loom that goes through to the door. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So we're going to get yourself on the tripod, and obviously I'm going to have a look, pull the kind of the shroud back, and we'll have a look at that. But as I say, I'll kind of give you a bit of an overview at the start of the video before we actually get into the work, just to show you the different issues that we're going to be looking at in this kind of couple part series. As I say, I don't know how many parts it'll be. I imagine maybe 3-4 parts it'll take, just with the different issues. So yeah, so let's get you over by the car and I'll give you a tour. This is obviously the car, so this is what I was talking about here. Obviously the back end looks very, very low, and when we obviously show you the other side, it's not the same. The overall condition of it, yes, it's old. It's 08 plate, so obviously you can tell, but there, so you can see there, this side sits a lot higher. So I'll try and get like kind of a drive in it so that you can see and hear the knocking. But obviously I'll include that in the videos that I do there. Obviously it is a totally different setup as well that we're at, because I am at my parents' house, because that's where the car's being kept at the moment. So yeah, so let's get you set up on the tripod, and this is the door that has the issue. So we'll unlock the car. So it's unlocked. Let's just spin it around. And obviously we'll press it twice. Press it a couple more times just to make sure. So you can see whereas the front drivers without an issue. So that's what we're going to be looking at. So we'll get yourself on the tripod. Got all the kit here. That I've obviously got tools, don't really need them. Okay, so I've actually gotten the tripod set up inside the car. I am obviously in the front seat at the moment because I'm just going to open it because it will open from the inside. But it started to rain, so I've moved the camera inside rather than having the shot from the outside. So obviously we'll have to deal with that. So as you can see, like, it opens without an issue. It's a bit suctioned, but it opens. And then if you actually, it will open fine. So as I say, it's believed that this is the issue down here where the wiring loom is. Possibly a wire's just snapped. I'm just going to test it again just to make sure. So she used to be inside and you'll also see this, whether it works or not. So that's the car locked. So try the front, doesn't work. Child lock's not on, not that it would make much of a difference. But yeah. Just try that again. Okay, so actually, I'm just coming with you guys, and I'll take you off the tripod. show you guys this. So this little latch just here, so you can just see it's kind of half shut. When I just use the key, if I just grab the key a second. And obviously you've seen that it wouldn't open. I've had to open it from the front again. Come on. So she just heard that click. So now if we... Okay, so it looks like obviously that has something to do with the locking. Because the car is still unlocked and still open. Obviously the back of the car, again, is not working. So just opened it from the inside. So now without moving that, if we just close it, it will open fine. What happens if... Interesting. So that's obviously something relating to it as well. We'll have to look into that. But let's get yourself back up on the tripod and we'll have a look at this. Okay, so obviously it's started to thunder and rain now, so I'm getting soaked. But I'm just going to actually, before I look at the wiring, I'm just going to try some grease. Possibly hear the thunder there. That lock, when I've looked at it on the other side, when I lock the car, it retracts back. Whereas on this side, it's not unless I manually retract it. So I'm just going to spray it with some grease. I would normally use WD-40, but I don't actually have any. And I'm currently putting this on the Astra to combat the knocking and the squeaking, which I will get a video out on that at some point. That'll be the kind of the part 2. So I'm just going to give this a quick spray. And then just use the key just to lock it. So no, that hasn't actually worked. Let me come back when it's hopefully a little bit less torrential, because I can't really do much here. Alright, so let the rain pass. It did kind of downpour, so I'm glad I kind of went inside. I've obviously let the grease sit that we sprayed on this little lock, and it's still not moving. So I'm going to take the door card off and just see if I can get access to it. And possibly go back to the wiring side of it. So I believe there's just the one screw for this, so obviously we'll pop that cap off, and it's just a Torx. Just making sure there's no others. Let me get the Torx bit. So we've just got a little Torx bit here. I believe it's a 22. So we'll just undo this, get it taken off, and we'll have a look. Because you can, when you basically lock it, you can hear it over here where the lock should be. You can hear it actually do something, but obviously it's still not actually locking or anything like that. So I've done that. Just pop these on the side so that we don't lose them. Let's get our trim tools. So we've got the 3 screws removed. Obviously there's 2 underneath here. They are still in because I can't actually reach them. The one just behind the door, and obviously I've popped the edges up. So this should now come off, or at least unloosen. Okay, so we're on for our second day now. I yesterday finished taking off the door card, which you obviously seen in the previous clip, and it started to rain again, so I kind of just called it a day on that. But when I locked it, so the car's currently locked, the door does not open. So if we unlock it, obviously with the issue, it now opens perfectly fine. I tested it quite a lot last night, excessively, so the front obviously doesn't work. As soon as we open it, front opens and back opens. So I think what actually fixed it was just putting the grease in the lock. Obviously we sprayed it with some grease. It worked. I have obviously had a look underneath. Everything looks fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to put the door card back on, test it again, and I believe it should work. So bit of a shorter video than what I had planned, because obviously that's what I want to do in this episode. But at least that's one thing marked off the list. I can then move on to the rest of the things, which obviously one of them is going to be looking at this, because as you can see it is very low and it is completely standard, so it shouldn't be that low. So yeah, so let's get you set up in the tripod again, and we will get the door card put back on and we'll give it a test. Right, so we've got all the plastic clips on this side now, so what we'll do is say we'll put the door card back on. So we'll put the latch, put that back. The tape's still stuck on the plastic protection. And all I'm going to do is kind of latch that under there. And make sure these all line up, which they do. Let's give it a little hit. And that's the door card back on. So now what we'll do is we'll put the handle back on, which obviously came off with just a little clip which I've kept on the handle itself. So let's just pull this off and I'll show you. So it just has a little clip, which obviously just latches on. So this goes in here first. And then push this on with the little screwdriver. There we go. As you can see, the window comes down and back up. Great. So we'll screw this back on now, just to fasten it back up. Actually, I'll tell you what we'll do first. Just while you are inside, we'll test it. Perfect. That first time I hadn't actually pressed the lock button properly. That's why it's still opened. So, get this tightened up nice. And as I said, at least this is one job now off the list for this car. lot simpler than what we thought it was going to be, which obviously who doesn't like a simple job. So, let's get everything buttoned up. And then, yeah, we'll end this video, and as I say, I'll explain what's kind of going to happen in the next one. As I said, I expect this to be a couple parters, just because of the different things that we have to basically do on the car itself. Oh, it's alright. Put the door trim back on, it just obviously pops in. There we go. And then the last bit is just a little cap for this one here. Oop. Excellent. Okay guys, so let's take you off the tripod. Now that we've obviously done that, great. We'll move on to the next thing, which I think will possibly be in a couple of days for this car. But I'll get this obviously put together, and then the next thing I believe will be working on the back, because obviously something rattles here, and I'm guessing that shock's possibly done as well. So thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. Obviously this is a different video to normally the Astra. This is what I'm kind of trying to do in the channel, trying to incorporate different cars if I can, just general things that I would do anyway, but obviously try and video them for you. So yeah, so thanks guys very much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.
Tell me